There are some of the representatives of Fantasy Lane Stable. Uptown Charlie Brown was a feel-good story for them at the beginning of the year, and now has taken on a bittersweet turn with the passing of their trainer, Alan Seewald. But yet, they are still here because they want to finish the work that Alan started.
Tuesday morning, assistant trainer Linda White rolled onto the Keeneland barn area with the star of the barn.
So here we are. It seems surreal to be going through this experience that was going to be an exciting trip. I've never been to Keeneland before.
Just hours before, she departed on a horse van traveling from Tampa Bay Downs to Keeneland with Uptown Charlie Brown. Linda was still reeling from the devastating news.
I was in disbelief at first. It drove me to my knees when I heard. It's still hard to accept it, you know, that he's gone.
Her boss, mentor, and friend, Alan Seewald, had passed away unexpectedly in his sleep sometime Monday morning.
Had this trip planned to Keeneland. Everybody, Mrs. Seewald, the owners, Al would have wanted us to go. That was their sentiment. You know, he picked this horse out, he developed him. The biggest race of his career. Maybe the best horse he's had. And it just seems so unfair that he's not here with us to experience it.
Bob Hutt is the owner and president of Fantasy Lane Stable, which owns Uptown Charlie Brown. Hutt and Seewald first met over 25 years ago.
Alan and I are like Abbott and Costello. We tease each other unmercifully, but in a good way.
Bob and Alan were like brothers, truly like brothers. They were on the same page with the game. They loved each other.
Even though Alan hadn't planned on attending the Lexington Stakes due to the scouting work needed to be done with Hutt at the OBS sale in Ocala, Florida, it's slowly starting to sink in that she and Hutt won't have Seewald to lean on Saturday.
He was going to be at the sales because they had to look over the films, and it's just a lot of detail there. And Bob he's lost. It's totally daunting for him to even approach the sales without Alan. I talked to him so many times a day. If things would happen, I just got to call Al, got to tell Al, and then it hits you again. Gone. It's very, very sad.
Uptown Charlie Brown will run under Linda White's name in the Coolmore Lexington Stakes. She will be giving jockey instructions to Garrett Gomez. It will be she who will be saddling Uptown Charlie Brown, not Alan. Although Seewald is no longer just down the shed row or a phone call away, Linda has the 20 years of his tutelage to help guide her.
I learned most from Alan how to place horses, where to place them, to know your competition, pay attention to the little things, not to sweat the big stuff, I guess. Alan was a prince.
Linda White, Bob Hutt, and the 200-some partners of Fantasy Lane Stable never gave any real thought about not racing this weekend. Instead, they want to honor Alan Seewald in what they hope will be a victory.
You got to get up, you got to go on. You can't put up the business is closed for the day sign. And good for him, he doesn't know the burden of sorrow that he's carrying.
The wake for Alan Seewald was held just 2 days ago here before the Grade 2 Coolmore Lexington on Thursday. Friends and family gathered, and on behalf of the TVG family, to the Alan Seewald family, we extend our condolences. Uptown Charlie Brown here in the paddock for the Grade 2 Coolmore Lexington. What's so unique about Keeneland is that for a lot of these horses, they started out here in the Kentucky countryside. And as we look out to the farm where Uptown Charlie Brown was foaled, we see La Illuminata, the dam of Uptown Charlie Brown, and maybe a future Uptown Charlie Brown, the half-sister here by Street Hero, who was born on Wednesday night. Good luck to Fantasy Lane Stables.